Chamberlain, thank you so very much. This is Oka, the Anambra State capital, and it's been quite wonderful right here, starting from the weather. In the morning, it was partly sunny, but right now it is very sunny, with temperature put at about 30 degrees Celsius, and this is expected to rise to about 34 by 3 p.m. and then 19 much later in the day. I mean, what this means is that by tomorrow, the state will definitely have a very favorable weather conditions for the electorate to come out and cast their vote. For now, the state the city is very peaceful. Everything is working well. People are actually enthusiastic about voting tomorrow. We've not had incidents of violence recorded besides the Ajale fire incident yesterday. And of course, when I spoke with the police public relations officer earlier in the day, he said so far there are about 4 places that have been identified as hot spots. We're talking about Obosi, Onitsha, Ekulobia, and of course this Ajali. And what they've done is to actually deploy more men to these areas to tackle any incidents of violence that may erupt. But aside from that one, every other part of the state has been very peaceful. Sensitive materials have actually been moved to the local government areas. As at this morning, they had just a few of the local governments that haven't been reached out to. But I'm sure by now they would have been, also covered those areas. Now, one area of concern for me was when the PPRO actually said about 4,000 policemen were deployed, across the state, and yet the polling units are about 4,500 polling units. So what happens to the shortfall? But he said that there is a synergy going on between the police and other security agencies, such as the NSCDC and, of course, the military. They are all are working together to ensure that no threat to the election stands. Today also I have the privilege of the presence of the state commandant of the NSCDC. She's with me. She would also be talking to us on people that have been deployed for this election. If the police deployed 4,000, how many did the NSCDC deploy for this election? Madam, it's good to have you with us. How many men did you actually deploy for this election in Anambra State?
It's my pleasure to grant you this interview. First and foremost, my name is Commandant Tobi Ajola Begeli. I'm the State Commandant of Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps, Akwa Ibom State Command. Coming to the election, we are fielding 847 personnel, out of which 200 are arm bearers. For now, and working in synergy with other people, I think we have reasonable number to contain whatever might arise. Okay.
Recently we had the IPOB issuing a threat for a boycott of the election, and we've also had incidents of cultism all around, and I think these are all threats to the election itself. From your threat analysis, what can you really see going on?
Actually, those threats are there, but because of the synergy that exists in this particular state, we've been able to meet several times, plan strategies on how to contend them, and I can assure you that we are really very prepared to contend those threats.
Okay, I just talked about the shortfall in the numbers of personnel. Police, 4,000 policemen, and then the polling units, about 4,500. So isn't this a big challenge right now to security of lives and property?
It's a big challenge, but you have to make do with what you have. That's where management comes in. If you manage well, you will manage the situation well. Right now, it's not only police and the Civil Defense Corps that is involved in this election. All security agencies, including drug law agency, enforcement agency, we are putting our heads together, and all of us are going to tackle this. So no matter how, we have already planned on how to meet up.
So how soon are you deploying your men to these polling units, or have you deployed already?
We've deployed. I can assure you my men, they've all moved to all their various polling booths. As today, they started moving this morning. And our patrol team, we've already portioned where they're going to be. We scheduled them in 3 senatorial districts, and then in the all collection centers, even in the INEC headquarters here, we have our men on ground. So they have already moved. And the ones that have not moved now, the one we stationed at the national state headquarters here, who are going to attend to certain emergencies around. So for now, we have all deployed.
And so for the citizens who are probably still apprehensive, they're still afraid, what would you want to tell them right now?
We've assured them of their security. Actually, just like I told you, we have a good synergy among security agencies here. Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps, our major mandate, one of our major mandates is to secure lives and property of the citizenry as per disaster management. In that disaster management, we take care of every citizenry. Wherever there's any problem anywhere, we are interested in saving the lives of the populace first. Jointly with all other security agencies, just like I told you, we planned already, like at Nzam, Anam, and other places we have spotted out as being hotspots. We are going to increase our deployment there. We are going to have heavy deployments around those corners to contain. And I'm assuring the citizens they shouldn't bother. We are already there. We are ready to do the election. We've been prepared for a long time. We had a lot of trainings, trained by INEC, trained by Orientation Agency, and the one we have in-house, we had in-house as well. Security agencies met, we had enough talks, and we have agreed on the modalities to use to contain everything and make the lives and the property of the citizenry safe during this election. So I'd assure them they shouldn't bother, they should come out and vote. We are there.
So about logistics, have you actually also sorted that welfare of your men?
Yes, it has been sorted out.
Okay.
It has been sorted out.
Thank you so very much. Well, that's the state commandant of the NSCDC right here, Obiageli Obiajulu. Thank you so very much.
Thank you.
Well, hopefully before the day runs out, we should be able to get in touch with the State Commissioner of Police and even the CSO, the Chief Security Officer of the state, that is the Governor, Willie Obiano, so to get more information from them concerning tomorrow's election. From Oka in Anambra State, this is Chris Elems reporting. So back to you, Chamberlain, in Lagos.